It is time for another oh so inspired collaboration hop. I hope you'll stick around to see which team member inspired us this month and to see what I'm going to create based upon it. Each month here on YouTube, I host the oh so inspired collaboration. Myself and a team of wonderful artists take an inspiration piece and create something new based upon it. This is just to show you that no matter our style, our skill level, our favorite medium, that we can find inspiration out there in so many different places. In the past, we were all inspired by the same piece, but starting last month, we're trying a little something different, and we're being inspired by our fellow team members. So as you join us this year, you'll notice that from month to month, the team member who inspired us will change. And also, we can choose whatever we want that they have created and shared publicly to make our new project. This month, the team is being inspired by Karen of Karen's Crafting Company, and here in just a minute, I'll show you which project of hers that I chose, but I know that once you're done with my video, you're going to want to go see what everybody else has been inspired by and created. So what you'll need to do is click on this month's playlist, which I have in the description box below, and as an end card at the end of this video. I know that everybody is going to love for you to stop by, see what inspired them, see the project they created, and leave them some love. Karen and I are both big fans of Color Cube cards. In fact, we'll be going live later this morning for Color Cube Live. So make sure to join us. I will have that video linked in the description box below. If you can either come and join us live, or if you're watching this a little later and want to check out the replay. When I was going through her Instagram account, a lot of her projects popped out at me to use, but the ones that popped out the most were where she had used Color Cube cards. So up on screen now is the project that I have chosen for my inspiration this month, and I will have that piece linked down in the description box if you want to go check it out more closely. Now she chose to use a big floral stamp at the top and bottom. I decided for my background I was going to use a black and white pattern paper. That way the floral is all done for me, but I did choose the same Color Cube card that she used, and that is number 84. As I get into the process, I will tell you about other products and tools that I'm going to use, but as always, if I ever leave you with any questions, feel free to leave those in that comment section below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Let's get crafty! My plan was to foil the black and white paper using black foil, and I know both are black, but I thought this would add a little shine. So I got my mini Mink heated up, and while I was waiting for that, I decided to go ahead and choose my color palette. So I brought in my Tailored Expressions cardstock swatch ring, and I matched the colors up. As always, if you don't have the specific shade they show on the front, you can always check out the back. Up on screen now are the colors that I chose. Let me know below if you think I picked some pretty good colors for today's project. My Mink was heated up, so I was going to run this piece through, and spoiler alert guys, this did not work like I thought it would. In the past, when I have tried to foil black and white papers, the foil actually stuck, but unfortunately this time it didn't, so I decided we're just going to move on and make this work. I will just do this card without the foiling. Let me know in the comment section below, when was the last time you had to make it work on a project? I am going to stick with ink blending onto this piece like I planned, and I will be using the 4 colors on the left side of the card, the inks I have up on screen now, and later I will use the darker red, which I chose Mulled Wine for a little bit of accenting. I started the ink blending with the 2 colors I wanted in the center, and that was Dragon Fruit and Pear. I tried to do an equal section of both, just keeping them right around that center line. Since I wasn't sure what color these two would make if they were blended together, I just tried to keep them right next to each other. Then once those 2 colors were done, I brought in the outside colors, which were a little darker, Plum Punch and Cilantro, and I finished ink blending the piece, making sure that you could see the difference between all of the colors. To add some more interest and sparkle to the ink blended piece, I brought in my Gansai Tambi Starry Colors watercolor set, and I used the white gold to add some splatters to the background. You see here that I did protect my work surface with a little box, and I just tapped around there until I thought I had some nice coverage. Then I set this to the side to dry completely. While that was drying, I wanted to work on my sentiment, and for this I die cut the word hello and a vellum shadow. This is actually a freebie I have for channel members, so if you are a channel member, make sure to check out the monthly blog and scroll all the way to the bottom so you can download this. I will be coloring this with Mulled Wine ink and using a sponge dauber. I like to keep some of these pre-cut, and then I can just make them whatever color I want when I go to do my next project. The ink blended and splattered piece was all ready. I like the little added shine that the splattering gave it, and off camera I prepared a top fold Mulled Wine card base and added a little extra decoration on the inside. For the sentiment, I did go ahead and put some foam sticky strips on the back, so this will stand up just a little bit off the card. And now, since all of the pieces were ready, I started assembling. The first thing I did was add adhesive to the back of the ink blended piece and centered that on the card front. Then I pulled that release paper from the foam sticky strips, and before I placed the sentiment onto the card, I did add some liquid glue just as a little buffer so I would have some wiggle time to get that nice and centered and straight toward the top. At this point, I thought the card needed a little something else, so I stamped and die cut the How Are You Doing sentiment from this Kristina Werner Checking In stamp set, and then I got that added with some liquid glue behind my die cut sentiment. And here are some close-up looks at the finished card. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I was inspired by Karen to create today's quick and easy card. If you did, as always, a thumbs up is appreciated. Now don't forget to visit everybody else in the hop by using the end card here in a minute or the playlist link in the description box below. Until my next video, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch all the way to the end of the video. I hope now you'll consider clicking on one of the videos or playlists I have linked above. And if you are interested in any of the products or tools I used in today's video, I do have some links in the description box below.